The Eagles tasted defeat yesterday for the first time since week 4 in the NFL season. And it's okay. It's okay. We'll be fine. Well, maybe we'll be fine. We're going to talk all about the Eagles' loss to the Commanders. It's Festivus for the rest of us. It's time to air some grievances, and I got a lot of problems with you people. Trending in the AM, we're live in 30 seconds.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 woo!
Very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM, right here on the STT Sports Network. Guys, please do me that favor. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and share this show out to one and all, everywhere, as we are on the race to 500 subscribers, up to 313 at the start of the show. So the more, the merrier, and it's a Merry Christmas season to everybody. It's Christmas week, and most importantly, it's Festivus for the rest of us, guys. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about the Eagles and their loss yesterday, and unfortunately, a lot of the negative from the loss yesterday. There's lots to discuss from that game, especially officiating. We're going to air our grievances today because that is the number one thing with Festivus is airing our grievances. And we got a lot of grievances just in yesterday's game to get into, let alone the rest of Philadelphia sports. Guys, I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can find me on all social media platforms at Beard and Knowledge. And, guys, Eagles lose to the Commanders, 36-33. A lot of comments to get to already flowing in, so let's not waste any time. I know there's some pre-show comments here, so we're going to just ramble through some of them. Duck right away, it said, good morning, grievance number 1. The refs won't call anywhere near the really ejected the for jawing and not assaulting. Those refs were really, really bad. 268 yards for record. Saquon Barkley did inch a little closer, and he's got a chance, but I don't think he's going to get there. What with Olsen feeling it okay to praise the chop block? Yeah, he was. That Jordan Davis injury was underrated bad play or bad call or missed call. We're all talking about a bunch of other things with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Jalen Hurts from yesterday, but the chop block on Jordan Davis, that was bad. Tons of drops from AJ and one from Barkley to go around. I'm still a little out of Sirianni, but him giving a shoulder to help Davis to the sideline softened that a little bit. There's nothing you could blame yesterday on Nick Sirianni. Then Eagles get 3. The Eagles had 5 turnovers yesterday, or Washington had 5 turnovers yesterday. Jaden Daniels is your fantasy quarterback. Good for you. Good for you. He's not the most electrifying. That's right. Hit that thumbs up button. Good morning, Judd. How are you? Hope you are well this morning. Bad enough Eagles got wrecked. Eagles didn't get wrecked. They lost 36-33. What's up, Nooms? Officials being suspended for targeting may become a real thing. We really got to work on and discuss what the NFL has to do to hold referees and officials more accountable for their bad games. And they got to give better explanations, too, because their explanation for what happened with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was so lame, despite Jolly's opinion that they don't owe a shit. Yeah, Paul Jolowitz, I'm calling you out. But you also can't be a knucklehead. You can't. You can't. But on the flip side, it was a tough physical game, a lot of jawing going back and forth. You can't eject somebody for jawing in that type of situation. You just can't do it. That ejection to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson might be one of the most egregious things. First off, the first personal foul, unnecessary roughness, throwing a flag on him when he was punched in the face, which knocked his helmet off, and he gets the foul. And then the second one, you call it on him for jawing. I mean, it is one of the most egregious things I've ever seen. That scenario playing out and how it did. Like it was so bad. And the second one, there ain't even any video proof or video evidence of it. You got 1,000 cameras all over that field, and not one picked up what was going on with Chauncey and the rest. Ridiculous. I see you, Mitchie Poo. I see you. I know we got something to talk about later today. We'll get into it shortly. Gardner, you out of here. And look, the defense suffered, massively when Chauncey Gardner-Johnson got ejected. He wasn't out there. That fourth quarter, the Eagles defense gave up 22 fourth quarter points. That's more points that they've given up all year, just in the fourth quarter. And Chauncey not being out there was a big deal, a big part of that, for sure. Grievance, Barkley, 110 in quarter one, 18. Dude, it was pretty bad. But that goes to the Jalen Hurts injury, which we're going to get into here next. Goes into the fact that the Washington Commanders did not respect Kenny Pickett one iota once he came into the game. I thought the Eagles would win because Jane Daniels has no weapons. Jane Daniels has a few weapons, and he's a good quarterback. Check the Jalen play. He was going down. Bobby Wagner backed off, but Luvu targeted Mahomes, and that's an easy 15. If that was Mahomes, he'd be in jail, for sure. He would have been arrested on the field. Officials are supposed to be impartial. They are not. They are given a narrative, and they're told to make that narrative play out. Gardner-Johnson said some, let's just say, not nice things, folks. Frankly, it was about his mama. Who cares? I mean, that shit happens all the time. Jaden Dimes Daniels, stop with the glazing of Jaden Daniels. I would like for them to review the betting of the refs and their family and friends, because they crippled the team over and over and over with non-calls. That should have been a penalty on Hurts, 100%. And let's talk about it. Jalen Hurts, obviously, in the first quarter, went down. I believe he played 11 or 12 plays only. Went down with a concussion. And I'm just going to say this right now. I knew as soon as he got hit that was a concussion. I knew as soon as it happened that there was a problem there. And I saw him try to get up and stumble a little bit or wince or something with his eyes. And then the rest made him come off. And then he tried to come back in. And they said, you're not allowed back in the game. So when I saw the hit, and I watched it on replay a couple more times, I got this bad feeling instantly. It wasn't the same, but it was damn close to the same. The hit that Carson Wentz took from Jadeveon Clowney in the playoffs in 2019 that basically ended any chance of Carson Wentz being a good quarterback again. It looked eerily similar. A shot to the back of the helmet, the back of the head. It was a bad hit. I don't think people realize how bad that hit could be or could have been. Like, ridiculous. And the fact that the refs did not call a penalty on it. I mean, I've talked about it on this show on Mondays countless times throughout the season. The amount of unnecessary hits that Hurts takes that he's not protected. How many times have we seen him hitting the helmet with somebody's hands? You can't touch a quarterback's head, and they don't call it. How many times is he being targeted? How many times has he slid and not get? Hell, the refs tried to throw a personal foul when Kenny Pickett slid, and it wasn't even a foul. Kenny Pickett gets more respect from the refs than Jalen Hurts does. It is awful. It's egregious how the referees treat and don't protect Jalen Hurts. And if you're a defender and you're going against Jalen Hurts, you can take chances like that. Not to be dirty, so to say, but you can try to go late because you know you're not going to get a foul call. Milton Williams barely touches Jaden Daniels, 15 yards. Just like that. Jordan Davis touches a guy. Guy flops back 15 yards. But Jalen Hurts gets hit in the damn head, in the back of the head. That's okay. It's no big deal. But we'll let that one slide. Make it make sense. Top block non-calls, missed 2 roughing calls on Pickett. You also had false start on the last touchdown that wasn't called. There was a lot. Phil, I know Jaden's good, the best quarterback in the NFL. Only weapons is Little McCaffrey and Scary. Jaden Daniels is a nice quarterback, but Jaden Daniels didn't do anything that impressed me massively yesterday. The defense of the Eagles played terrible. And, on top of that, missing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. The Commanders had 5 turnovers yesterday. If Jalen Hurts does not get knocked out of that game, the Eagles blow the roof off the door there and win that game without a shadow of a doubt, and easily. Easily. Not even up for question. John Runyon would have completely wrecked Luvu. Mailata was miffed but held back. Yeah, I'm not sure why there's no retaliation in that one. Jalen Hurts is greater than Joel Embiid. Yeah, I got to air some grievances later about the Sixers and Joel Embiid for sure. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, I think yesterday, he played 11 or 12 snaps yesterday. I think yesterday, his MVP odds should have gotten better. Yesterday was proof of how important Jalen Hurts is, how important Jalen Hurts is to this team, and how much of an MVP caliber player Jalen Hurts is. Because you take Jalen Hurts out, and this is not a knock on Kenny Pickett, but Jalen Hurts is that important to this team. He really is. It's obvious. Luvu was all over the field. He did have a very good game outside, despite taking a cheap shot to knock our quarterback out. Yeah, he made plays. Hurts had the glazed eyes getting up from that hit. Yeah, instantly, you knew. And even before I saw his eyes, I knew that Jalen was concussed. You could just tell when your head bounces and gets driven into the ground like that. Driven into the ground with another person's helmet. It's never good. Jaden really threaded the needle to Blankenship. Yeah, the throw to Blankenship was terrible. He sailed the pass to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, intercepted. Jaden Daniels didn't do anything amazing. Jaden Daniels won the game. Great. But he didn't do anything that made me say, oh, man, I got to really say this guy's great and everything. He's good. They missed a ton of holding calls. They do that every single game. Becton did miss a few coverages yesterday. Yeah, look, the offensive line didn't play well yesterday either. They did not protect for Kenny Pickett well. They weren't able to open up the holes in the second half for Saquon Barkley once Jalen Hurts was out of the game. Look, the offensive we're going to talk about the refs all week, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. The Eagles played bad. The Eagles were straight bad yesterday. They didn't do a lot of things well. Drop passes by Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith. Bad blocking from the offensive line. The defense let up. I mean, Zach Bond looked lost on the game-winning touchdown. The team played bad yesterday. But despite all that, we still could have won that game. They've been terrible all year. Same with Carter getting held all year. Yeah, the officiating's been bad for a long time in the NFL as a whole. The more a quarterback run, less quarterback going to get roughing. That's a load of hocus pocus. I don't buy that narrative at all. I'm hungover bad. Sorry to hear that. Oh, we got the first Twitter comment of the day. I was fine until I saw Baker get cleared almost right away. Yeah, Chandler, look, I don't think anybody was purposely not clearing him for some reason. He had a concussion. The refs have nothing to do with that. Supposedly it's an independent doctor, not affiliated with whatever, anybody, the NFL, the teams, whatever. I do truly think that the concussion part was the right call to hold Jalen Hurts out of that game. The officiating was absolutely horrible, according to Rick, as usual. 100%. I mean, there's no argument against that. It was horrendous. Look, there are missed calls on the Commanders, too. Dean made a good play, I noticed. Nakobe Dean played well. Nakobe Dean's coming into his own. Nakobe Dean is having a hell of a football season this year. People say that Jalen Hurts is a quitter. Yeah. Well, look at you try. You're trying to goat me. But we're gonna save that for the rant of the day later. 3 tuds in a quarter. Yeah, I mean, there was 3 touchdowns. I know. I watched the game. I know. Eagles opponents have the least penalties called against them in the league. No one likes us. We don't care. I guess I do care. I hate this line, Rick. Nobody likes us and we don't care. No. Nobody likes us. I do care. I want the respect. I do. I want people to respect us for being a damn good team. If you see how good Daniels pass, be different. Yeah, those sailed balls. Yeah, those interceptions were such great throws. You should be resting Hurts anyway. These games don't matter. We still got to win one more game. And yes, Jalen Hurts needs to be rested. So does Saquon Barkley and a lot of other guys down the stretch here. Jaden Daniels was given a half a field or more. Yeah, how about special teams? The great field position, our kick team gave Washington every single drive. How about that problem right there? Mahomes runs plenty and gets plenty. Yeah, absolutely. Patrick Mahomes runs plenty and gets plenty of support from the refs. That hit on Jalen was not a personal foul, but the push on Jaden was. Yeah. Make that one make sense, Marshawn. How was Jalen Hurts not, but Jane Daniels was? I'm not sure. And it's not like Jalen Hurts is a rookie and still earning his stripes. And Jalen Hurts has been in the league for 4 or 5 years now. Give the guy some support. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson gets punched in the face, and they call a penalty on the Eagles. I mean, you want to say that Jalen Hurts wasn't a personal foul, bang, bang, whatever. It was, obviously. But you can make an argument that does not prove that the refs might have been given a certain directive. But when you get punched in the face and the personal foul is called on you, that is just blatant, 1,000% proof that something ain't right. Something ain't legit with what the refs are doing. Like, 0 sense that makes right there. They let their foot off the gas early in this game. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. It's not Merry Christmas Eve. Today is a very special day. Today is Festivus for the rest of us, and we are airing our grievances, mainly with the referees. And it's also my big brother's 50th birthday today. Happy birthday, Will. Can't believe you even made it to 50 years old, but you're one old SOB now, Willie, if you're watching. Hurts will more than likely be held out the next game as well. It's very hard to get cleared in 1 week as quarterback. Sure, absolutely. And if we win next week against the Cowboys with Kenny Pickett, you might as well hold him out the last week as well, because then that game's meaningless. Everyone's going to blame Kenny Pickett for the loss, but I think Kenny Pickett did just fine considering all things considered. Kenny Pickett did okay. A backup quarterback in a position like that coming into a game, first time he's played football since the preseason. Kenny Pickett did his job yesterday. Was he good? No. Was he bad? He was okay. Now the play calling did him no service either. The blocking didn't help him out any. So I don't really get on to Kenny Pickett, but I fully have confidence that Kenny Pickett can beat with our team the Cowboys next week if he's held out Jalen Hurts. Prayers out to Cosme for suffering that. Yeah, I know. That shove, I mean, it was like, and he's like, talking about flopping. Man wasn't the man yesterday. Brennan Mann was a bad kicker yesterday. Very bad at kickoffs. The kick coverage was bad, probably partially because of Man. It was special teams was atrocious yesterday on kickoffs. Atrocious. And even the blocking when we were returning kicks was atrocious. It was bad. Does anybody know what Nick Foles? I already tweeted this out last night. I already made this joke. Can't see your name. Pete. We'll just call you Pete. I can't even see all the letters on the first name. Pete, if Jalen Hurts is not cleared for next week, you only got Kenny Pickett and Tanner McKee. Do they bring in a third emergency quarterback? Does anybody know what Nicky Sixpack's up to? I know he's retired. But, I mean, he could give us some third-string reps, right? It can't be that far removed from a game to give us third-string reps. Why not? We play the Commanders in 3 weeks. Y'all worried? I am not worried. If Jalen Hurts is good to go, not worried. Nothing I saw yesterday tells me that the Commanders are ready for the big time. They're a good team. They're overachieving a little bit. They do not scare me one iota come playoff time, Marshawn. They don't. Call me crazy. They don't scare me when we have a fully healthy team. The hit on Hurts was helmet to helmet and intentional. Reminded me of Clowney. I said it was the first thing I said today, Rick, in this show before you joined the comments. It was eerily similar to the hit that Clowney gave to Wentz, and that ruined Wentz. And that's why, as soon as it happened, I'm like, shit, I hope he's okay. Not just for this year, but big picture. We know what happened to Carson Wentz after that hit. The crying and the concussion and the memory loss. He hasn't been the same quarterback since then. So, I'm worried. Worried big time. McCaffrey should high step it like primetime Dion, whatever. What's up, Delco Green? Eagles, Sixers, Phillies, and Flyers historically come up short in key games. It's the Philly way. It is what it is. Sure. Maybe that's part of your airing of your grievances, Delco Green, on this Festivus Monday. But, yeah, sometimes. I don't think the Eagles came up short yesterday. Well, I guess they did. They had a lot of things go wrong, and they still had a chance. Not in the least. What's not in the least? I'm behind on comments. They did the same thing to Pickett that I think Sweat did to Daniels and did get either of the calls. Yeah. The fix was in. I mean, when you throw a penalty on a guy for receiving a punch, how can you not think the fix is in? This is blatant. This is blatant, way of, this feeds into the scripted NFL mentality. How can you say anything otherwise? 100%, despite everything that went wrong yesterday, Marshawn, all Devontae Smith's got to do is catch that ball, and we win the game. Despite everything, we win the game. So far, we are 12-3, and 2 of those losses could have been wins with drop passes by Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley. Hell, Saquon Barkley had a big drop yesterday. I can't argue against you. Can't argue against you. Oh, you're just trying to trigger me. Seinfeld's great. It gave us some great things. And honestly, if you don't know this, Festivus was a real thing before Seinfeld. Just so you know. It was a real thing before Seinfeld. Last Christmas, I gave Phil my heart. The very next day, he gave it to Scorpion Death Drop. I see. Like I said, Eagles play tall to good and great teams and play small to the teams they think are lesser. Well, I think every team's lesser than the Eagles at this point. Marshawn tripping a little bit. Pickett did fine, but he's not good. Absolutely. There's a reason why he's a backup. There's a reason why Pittsburgh gave him away so easily. So, yeah. I blame the officiating for the loss. They handed the commies the game. I mean, the officials did not help one bit. But all you had to do was catch that ball, Devontae. And he admitted it. Look, I made all the tough catches, and I dropped the easiest one. Game's on me. And I love the fact that Devontae Smith accepts responsibility for that. You think we win next week's game against the Cowboys? I'm more worried we are not trending in the right direction entering the playoffs. Look, it's one loss that we're not trending in the right direction, Marshawn. As long as Jalen Hurts is healthy for the playoffs, I'm not worried at all. And honestly, I think with a week's worth of preparation, Kenny Pickett could beat the Cowboys next week. I really do. I don't think Kenny Pickett played that bad in the situation. I don't think Kellen Moore called great plays for Kenny Pickett, but with a week's worth of preparation, I think they'll be fine. I really do. The Cowboys got their big win, even though they were eliminated last night against Tampa Bay. The Cowboys are packing it in. They're done. So I hope Micah Parsons is happy. He didn't want to root for the Eagles to win, even if it eliminated them from the playoffs. They didn't win. They're eliminated from the playoffs. I hope he's happy. Such a clown comment from Micah Parsons. It's hard to get cleared from a concussion unless you're Baker Mayfield. Look, I fully expect Jalen Hurts to give it his best to get cleared, but I'd be shocked if he's cleared. I really would. I think that hit is a lot worse than people realize. 5 turnovers. Hurts is in, and the game is a blowout. Kenny just couldn't do anything, and they loaded the box. Load the box, and they continued to call run plays right into that loaded box. The offensive line wasn't blocking well. Greg Calcaterra had his worst game I've ever seen as a blocking tight end in that situation. We only saw them use the fullback once in the game. Kenny Pickett didn't do anything bad. He didn't do anything good. There's a reason why he's a backup. He made some nice throws. He had some drop passes. He made some bad throws, which is exactly what you expect your backup coming in that situation to do. Be okay. The Eagles could have won yesterday despite Jalen Hurts getting hurt. Phillies and Sixers throw up in the playoffs. Eagles could, though. Eagles weren't going hard. I don't know. It took all that for the Commanders to take the lead and win 59-53 in the game. I feel fine. Exactly. I am not concerned. There are a portion of Eagles fans that are concerned. And Marshawn already said it, trending in the wrong direction. I don't think that they're trending in a wrong direction after one game. Now, my biggest key to the game was to stay healthy, and the Eagles are not healthy coming out of the game. That's my biggest concern. Jalen Hurts' concussion, getting him right. Jordan Davis on that chop block, that knee injury, whatever it is. Jacoby Dean and Darius Slade got banged up. Will Shipley had a concussion. Who else got hurt? I'm missing somebody else that got hurt in the game. There's another big player that got hurt in the game. Can't remember. But the injuries piling up big time. The NFL is an entertainment company, so the fix being in is totally legal. Yeah, exactly. Can't understand why Fangio went to the prevent defense. The prevent defense only prevents you from winning. Remind me of the Atlanta game. Yeah, Vic Fangio didn't call his best game. There ain't no doubt about that. AJ had half a dozen passes yesterday. He dropped a few balls. They weren't perfect throws, but he dropped a few balls yesterday. Nobody played well. The loss of Jalen Hurts not only affected the outcome of the game, but affected the mentality of this team. The referees and how they were calling the game affected the outcome of the game. Josh Sweat was the other guy that got hurt. He did come in late in the game. People say that Jalen Hurts is not a winner, and they say he's a quitter, right, Mitchie Fu? Guys, I don't like to start drama. I don't. But I got to start some drama here, all right? Got to start a little drama here. Hold on. I want to take that off the screen for a second. I got to find it first. Got to find it first. Where is it? Give me a second. Everybody loves to bang on Matty B, and rightfully so. Matty B had the audacity yesterday to call after the game. That's not the right one. That's not even the right one. Anyway, Matty B had the audacity to say that Jalen Hurts is a quitter. A quitter. How can you say Jalen Hurts is a quitter? What did Jalen Hurts quit on yesterday? Matty B, I know you're a hater, and I know you like to hate for clicks, and you're basically no better than all the other clickbait people out there. To say he's a starter in this league, he's not a champion, not a winner, even though he's 46-19 as a starter, and a quitter. Matty B, you're an idiot. Plain old straight idiot with comments like this. Idiot. The hell is wrong with you? What quitting did Jalen Hurts do yesterday? All right, that's enough bitching about Matty B on my show and his obnoxious tweets. Anytime you slam your head into the turf, it can be bad. But the clown he hit on Wentz was way worse because Wentz's head was compressed into the ground. Okay, yeah, it's true. Yeah, he got hit in the back of the head, Hurts, but I don't think it was as big of a hit. But still, was the back of the head. Nice Madden quote. Yeah. All I want for Christmas is beer. Yeah, I don't have any beer in the house. Cowboys end at Bucks. Oh, I mean, that was a surprise last night. Barkley might run for 268 on the Cowboys. Yeah, they keep killing that draft stock. Yep, absolutely. Cal Turrets have 1 out of 5 games. Yeah, like I'm over the Cowboys. The Cowboys are done. I meant to write AJ had half a dozen drop passes yesterday. Absolutely, that's what I kind of paraphrased it for you because I knew what you meant. But yeah, despite everything that went wrong yesterday, they still had plenty of opportunities to win that game. And that's why I'm so uber positive that this team is fine going to the playoffs. And there's no blaming Bond for last play. Kingsbury played the odds and called a play that beats cover 2. I mean, Zach Bond did look lost. He turned the wrong way. Whatever. The defense played terrible. I mean, they'd given up more than 20 points 4 times all season. They gave up 22 points in the fourth quarter alone. We can't clear the defense from playing bad. Kenny cannot possibly throw slants to AJ for 60 minutes. Look, Kenny Pickett was zoned in. Anybody that complains that Jalen Hurts doesn't throw to AJ Brown enough, man, those same people are complaining that Kenny Pickett throws to AJ Brown too much. There are only 4 receivers or 4 people in the passing game that even got targets yesterday. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, and I think, Gainwell had 1 target. Barkley had 1 target. All the other targets went to the 2 starting wide receivers. Grant Calcaterra didn't see 1 target yesterday. Going to be a very tough game for the Eagles on Sunday. This might be about to collapse. No, stop, Rick. Don't bring that negativity. It's not a victory Monday, but it's not a defeatist Monday either. Relax, Rick. Let me talk you off the ledge there a little bit. Did everyone see the 2-time Davis chase down Daniels to the sideline? Jordan Davis was actually having a really strong game before he got knocked out. We haven't gotten an update on Jordan Davis's knee, but it didn't look good. And again, Greg Olsen applauding the chop block, the taking out the knees of the big guy. You know, that's what a tight end would do. Support the blocking, obviously. Stupid. Greg Olsen was terrible. Smith catches that ball. No one is talking about Kenny sucking. I'm not talking about Kenny sucking. I think Kenny Pickett, when you are a backup, you're expected to come in and fill in a moment's notice. He hasn't played since the preseason. It was a tough spot for Kenny Pickett, and I think he did okay. And I think I saw enough from Kenny Pickett that with a full week of practice, that I'm fine. Fine with him. Happy Festivus, Jar. Happy Festivus to you. Time to air. I don't know. We never really did an Andorn airing grievances, me and you. Let's air our Andorn grievances about the blind man that lived with us. The colorblind man that lived with us. Duck quote me now. Yeah. The Commanders come to Philly for the first playoff game. We're going to beat the dog. Absolutely. We play the Commanders. As long as Jalen Hurts is out there, we smoke them. Can we not continue zone runs with Pickett in? I don't think they went under center once with Kenny Pickett. You should have put Blassingame or whatever his name is, the fullback in there. If you're going to run and commit to the running game with Kenny Pickett, you had to go under center, put the fullback in there, and that's it. NFL is massively funded by gambling now. All your losses are in the player's bank account, brother. Look, I lost a lot of yesterday because I had a Jalen Hurts portion of a same-game parlay in every single one of them. That's whatever. You save this comment for Friday when Mark Moschitelli joins me for the show, because Mark's big into this whole aspect about how gambling is ruining sports. So you save that for Friday. Kenny isn't Hurts, different throw style. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. This timing, he has a different type of the arm throw angle. He's actually more mobile than people realize, Kenny Pickett, but totally different look when he's throwing the ball than Jalen Hurts. And that can throw the wide receivers off too. I mean, the wide receivers, just like Jalen Hurts has, or Kenny Pickett hasn't played since the preseason, none of these receivers are catching passes regularly from him in practice or anything like that. So there's something to that. Yesterday's game was similar to when Minshew lost us the game against the Cowboys after being up double digits. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. I was thinking about what game that was, and I couldn't remember which game it was, and I didn't really feel like Googling it. So that makes sense. Hurts is obviously a top 5 quarterback if we can't get out of second gear without him. Absolutely. I think the Jalen Hurts haters have even less to say after yesterday's game than ever before. I've been saying the NFL is an entertainment entity for a while now, and they fix games without legal repercussions. Tuck's riding your coattails. Shout out to what? No. Yeah, he calls me a clown show. Well, he's a clown. Flat out clown. Because why was I spending? I had to call him out because there's a bunch of people in here that support his work, and I just think people need to know how much of a clown he comes onto the comments of this show and calls us a clown show, but he's out there making clown comments on a regular basis that have no onus whatsoever. Like the biggest in what world was Jalen Hurts a quitter yesterday? I just want to know. I just want to know the mindset of that. They literally had to pull him back to the sidelines and pull him to the locker room. I wonder if they had to do that or if he was a little concussed and a little confused and maybe he thought he heard he was allowed back in there, Duck. Maybe. Eagle season might be on the verge. Stop. No. Rick. Not at all. Not at all. I had a Cowboys fan I haven't talked to in 3 months DM me last night laughing as they sit outside the playoffs. Yeah, good. They're just jealous. That was it. That was it. Wins the world for the dumbest comment in the history of dumb comments. Exactly. Exactly. Cowboys will be motivated to hurt the Eagles any way they can. I honestly don't think Pickett will beat them 15-2 to 13-3. Well, at least you got them winning one more game, which means they win. All they got to do is win one of the next two. They get the division. They get the home field. That's it in the first round. Probably the second round as well. So, not really worried at all. I think Kenny Pickett could beat the Cowboys. Will they guarantee, no doubt about it, beat the Cowboys with Kenny Pickett? I don't know. But I have confidence that this team, in a full week of practice with Kenny Pickett in the one spot, can do it. I do. I'm not betting on Eagles this weekend. Probably going to be 12-4 after Sunday. Relax, Rick. You're always calling out the people for being over negative. How about you? Calm down. Relax. It's okay. Pickett, first PUD drive. Refs gave Eagles 2 giant pass interference calls. They were passive interference calls. Calcaterra still can't block. Oh, man, I'm so far behind on comments. Grant Calcaterra was atrocious blocking yesterday. Those penalties did not help at all. 10 for 90-plus yards, but I'll take 12-3 any day of the week. Jose, love the positivity from you there. The penalties hurt us. We're still good. Tight end would support. Of course, a tight end would support an illegal block that could have destroyed Jordan Davis's knee. Could have. Bond executed a speed turn. It would have turned the other way. The wide receiver in front of him would have been open. It was going to be open either way. That's a little bit too detailed X's and O's for me. Kenny played okay. He's just not good enough. I think that sums it up. But isn't that the description of every backup quarterback, Duck? All you want is your backup quarterback to be okay. And you hope the rest of your team can make enough plays to hold on to a game and win it. And if Devontae Smith doesn't drop a pass, he does win it. And everybody's thinking differently. We have to also consider the fact that Kenny Pickett has rib injury as well, and maybe an arm injury as well. Tanner McKee's the only other quarterback on the roster right now. The Eagles, we joke about bringing in Nick Foles. The Eagles are going to have to bring in another quarterback and put him on the practice squad, especially if Jalen Hurts isn't going to get cleared this week. You can't go into next week with a banged-up Kenny Pickett and Tanner McKee, and that's it. And that's it right there. Stop, Rick. I don't know if you're trolling this morning or not. Stop. Pickett can run, but he can't run to the outside. He needs to run the same way Daniel Dimes does. Yeah, maybe. He's mobile enough. Cards lost to the Panthers and cost me $4. I didn't have a huge betting day. Like, I didn't have a lot of bets out there. I had like 3 or 4 Eagles bets. I had a couple touchdown bets on the Eagles and a couple parlays. But all the parlays involved Jalen Hurts passing or running. So obviously that didn't work for me. I thought the Eagles were going to blow off the door, so I had a Kenny Gainwell touchdown that didn't hit. But that was about it. So it was a losing day for me. The Birds really missed 3 things yesterday. That clutch BG sack, Dallas Goedert's blocking, Ben Van Summer's blocking. Uzma isn't bad, but it's run when he's in. No pass plays off his formation. Yeah. Neat Dallas Goedert back. Neat Brandon Graham. Not getting him back. Yeah, I can agree with all those things right there. I can't believe the Panthers are playing. Why would you even try to win as the Panthers? Like, really? Stoutland U not fixing Grant Calcaterra. Yeah, I don't think Stoutland U is doing much to help that situation. Just admit it. Hurts quit on the team. Well, quit, yeah, on not being concussed. The vibe of the season is starting to feel. Stop. I really think you're just trolling. I really feel like you're trolling Rick today. By letting trainers and others to keep him from running onto the field. Yeah, exactly. No, it does not. Stop. Somebody being the real Rick. Yeah. Where's the normal Rick? Where's the positivity Rick right now that we love? Yeah, he lost his. Hold on. Let me turn it on. I have this really cool sweater. I can't wear it lit up because it's making my eyes hurt. Reflecting up here, reflecting off the TV over there, reflecting off my camera screen here. But where's your Christmas spirit? Don't be the Grinch. Come on. I love they had to take Lattimore out towards the end because all he was doing was drawing PIs. I think he got hurt too. I saw him go to the tent too. So there's something to that. Anybody, please check on Rick. I know. Exactly. Just wait until the takes on the game this morning from the national media. Yeah, Matty B's will look like. Yeah, exactly. Eagles were mentally rattled in a playoff game atmosphere. Immaturity showed that will bring a quick playoff exit. How are they? I don't know if they were rattled. Okay, I know what you're trying to get at. Being a little, negative here. I mean, they lost their starting quarterback. Everything changed. Name me a team in the NFL that's in the playoffs that if their starting quarterback got hurt in a big division game or a playoff game, name me a team that's going to lose their quarterback in the first quarter of a game, 10 plays into a game, and is going to not get rattled? Name me any of the playoff teams right now. I mean, if Mahomes goes down, they're screwed. Josh Allen was banged up in the game yesterday, and they were talking about Mitchell Trubisky. They'd be screwed. I don't even know. Is Josh Johnson still the backup of Lamar Jackson? They'd be screwed. Jared Goff, I don't even know who Jared Goff's backup is. They're screwed. I mean, seriously, every team that loses their starting quarterback in a playoff atmosphere game or the playoffs is going to be screwed to an extent. Yeah, people are going to get their Tanner McKee wish. People are going to realize real quick that Tanner McKee is not a good quarterback, just so you know. Oh, my God. No. We do have the Giants week 18. Bring in Danny Dimes. He's on somebody's practice squad, so you'd have to put him on the active roster, so they wouldn't do that probably. But bring in Danny Dimes and have him start week 18 against the Giants. That would be something. Kenny's arm was already compromised before the injury, yeah. Yeah. How many touchdowns do you expect from a backup? Maybe the D shouldn't. Exactly. This game is on some drop passes. This game is on the refs. This game is on kick coverage. And this game is on the defense giving up 36 points. Despite getting 5 turnovers, they got 36 points. Hugh gave up. Yeah, even Quinion Mitchell was bad. Okay? Even Quinion Mitchell was bad. So let's get this straight. Bryce was an easy drop from beating Eagles. And you bet on Cardinals. So, yeah, Gambler's Anonymous. I don't know if Giants are taking the best or they just suck that bad. At least they lose, right? Yeah. Danny Dimes is with the Vikes, but he's on the practice squad, so you could sign him technically. But you have to put him on the active roster, I believe is the way it works. With a real Rick, please stand up. Please stand up. Lattimore had a knee. I don't know what the injury was, but yeah, I do know he had an injury. I remind you that the refs are undefeated. The refs are undefeated always. Always will be. Hurts still top quarterback. You just can't help the club if you're concluded to, yeah, exactly. To me, it's simple. NFL greed is so high to the point it almost feels as though a double-digit margin triggers officials to slant towards the team. Yeah, maybe. I was shocked after last turnover. Commanders got the ball back. If we were up 3 already, I would have went for it on 4th and 6. Yeah. Why is Allen even playing? I don't know. Yeah, but see, all right, so Matty, you want to make an excuse. I'm going to come at you. And he didn't quit on Alabama. How in the world did he quit on Alabama? He got benched because he got hurt, and college is different than the pros. You want to play in the NFL, you can't sit behind Tua. So he did what was legally right to him and went to Oklahoma. He didn't quit in Alabama. Don't bring me any of that nonsense. You don't like Jalen Hurts. You hate Jalen Hurts. You hate Howie Roseman. You hate everybody. You're basically a big old curmudgeon. Plain and simple. Did not quit one iota on anybody. All right? I'll come at you whenever I want. Lattimore is toast. He came back too soon and hurting his hamstring. Commies are, yeah. I'm not worried about the Commanders at all. I need Barkley to get 260 on Cowboys and get the last 8 versus Giants, but he doesn't seem to care about records. Yeah, look, he gave himself a shot at the record. He did. But I honestly, since the 1 seed is pretty much not in play, I don't want him playing in Week 18. I want us to go out and win next week. And everybody, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, Jalen Carter, they can all sit. They can all sit Week 18. That would be the goal. They say Kenny has the hands of baby Jesus. Who says that? Not sure who. Mike Clay got to be fired as special teams coordinator. You know what's funny? After 23, I thought he was, and they gave him an extension. There's a lot of people in the football world that likes Michael Clay, supposedly. There's talk of him getting head coaching interview opportunities. And I don't know what the deal was yesterday with Brandon Mann not, being able to reach the end zone on kickoffs. I'm not sure what the deal was with the coverage. I mean, they even on the first kickoff, they had a penalty because I didn't even know that you had to land the kickoff in a certain zone. There's a lot wrong with special teams yesterday. Rick, you got to chill. Yeah, you got to relax a little bit, Rick. Just a news flash. Murray is a con artist. He stinks. I've been saying Kyler Murray stinks for a long time. There's still a lot of people that think Kyler Murray's better than Jalen Hurts, and that's a joke. How does Brandon Graham talk trash every game for 15 years and the refs eject for taunting? Exactly. And how do they eject him for getting punched? He was punched in the face, and he got flagged for it. We think Dirk Barnett had a reputation and flags just magically are thrown. The reputation Chauncey has is, there's a reason why he was voted the most annoying player in the NFL. Ludicrous. You get punched in the face and you get a flag thrown. The most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. NFL is rigged, always has been. Is something. It's a wrap for you, Maddie. Yeah, sit this one out. You ain't winning that conversation. Too many negative Nancy's, but it's Festivus Day. So exactly. Air your grievances. It's Festivus for the rest of us. You got grievances on the Sixers and how they stink and how you're paying somebody $200 million to average 16 points a game. The Phillies made a trade. Oh, they got a pitcher, another starting pitcher. Everybody's overreacting to the Phillies trade because they finally did something. They're happy. But realistically, no. There's a lot of things to have grievances with. Officiating, not just in yesterday's game, but across all sports, we can air our grievances on. And we can air our grievances how my brother is 50 years old today. I'm sure Will's working this morning. But the fact that my older brother is 50 years old just blows my mind. I looked this morning for pictures of me and my brother, and me and my brothers do have spent a lot of time together on vacations and stuff. I have no pictures with me and my brother to share. I got a couple pictures from when we were children, but that's it. I don't have one picture of me and my brother from any vacation we've gone on together. So I can't even share that out there. But yes, my older brother turned 50 today. I didn't think he was going to make it to 40 years old, let alone 50 years old. Yeah, pause. I'm convinced, yes, somebody, maybe Matty B, maybe he did. I want Barkley to get the record because he doesn't have to chase it next year. Yeah, look, records are just records. I don't know if it matters one way or another with the record. You want to stay healthy. I've been saying that now for a week. The number one goal the rest of the year is be healthy for the playoffs and rest it to an extent. The record, is secondary. I'd rather be safe than play anyone week 18, but at least it's not on Giants field. That's true. That is true. Good point there, Cam. You just made my point about the uncharacteristic play. They caved to the pressure. They were disorganized. Yeah, they were. Look, let's not act like Washington's a good football team too, Delco. It's not like Washington is a scrub. It's not like they're the Giants, okay? They're a good team with the offensive rookie of the year, okay? They lost their starting quarterback, their leader, the MVP. The refs went against them in every junction and every turn. Of course they got rattled a little bit. Of course they were a little uncharacteristic. If I'm more concerned about the defense than I am the offense. But it's not a reason to say the season's going to fall completely apart. Bring back Dave Pitt. He might. I know Jalen Hurts' career extensively, but I used to watch college football. And I've been a Jalen Hurts fan, and I've been following his career since he got benched for Tua for being injured. Okay? If you say Murray better than Hurts, you're a joke. Well, there's a lot of people that say it, just so you know. The punch should be a flag on both, but somehow only on CJ. I still don't understand, Cam, how that happens. It wasn't like the ref had a bad angle. The ref was right there, trying to break it up. Let's do a Philly sports podcaster celebrity boxing match. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm more of a wrestler. Because I got the Ric Flair. I can't Ric Flair in a celebrity boxing match. Plus, I can't mess up this beautiful face. Mister, I can't. This face is too precious. This is my moneymaker right here. But I'll thumb wrestle him or something like that. That's a Joe Pepe thing, the celebrity box. I'll have Joe Pepe fight for me in my corner. I'll just be in his corner. Please no Sixers talk. Well, my airing of grievances with the Sixers is the fact that we can't talk about the Sixers because they suck so much, Marshawn. Literally, unless they play the Charlotte Hornets every single time, the Sixers suck. Plain and simple. Even Washington had a kick go to the 10. So, yeah, something must have been up. Maybe the field wasn't in great shape for in the middle where you kick off. Even Jake Elliott. I know Jake Elliott missed that 50-whatever yard, 56, 58-yard field goal. But even that, like if you look at the trajectory of the kick, it's almost like he popped it up too much. Or maybe the wind was swirling more and just kept pushing it like up into the air like that. Like there seemed to be something off kicking-wise yesterday big time, which definitely plays a factor into coverage teams. A 5-round debate, 2-minute rounds, Phil versus Matt. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna rub my star off on him. I'm not gonna give him bonus points for that. My older brother turned 62 today. So you and your brother and my brother both have Festivus birthdays. Love it. Love it, Jose. And they both have been gypped on presents for a long time, I'm sure. Phillies trade is still mad. People look at a trade like people watching a sloth fight. Look, the Phillies trade, everybody's freaking out. Oh, we got the best pitching rotation in baseball now. I mean, Luzardo was good 2 years ago, but he was hurt last year. You traded your number 4 prospect for a 5th starter in your rotation. It's okay. You know, it's all right. Whatever. But people acting like the Phillies are back, baby, because they made one trade. Seriously. Doesn't solve any of our offensive woes. At all. He'll be 70 in no time. What's your point, Phil? Who's 70? Half a century? Goddamn. Yeah, I mean, my brother, yeah, it's funny. I'm just going to give him a hard time all day today. Win the bowl. Respect. I agree, Marshawn. It's not trending in the PM. I'm not going to drop the F-bomb this morning. Jesus Luzardo is an Andrew Painter special. The kind of move that gets you that extra 3 wins to take the division. Postseason contributors would be gravy. Luzardo doesn't help our offense, though, Nooms, which is our bigger problem. Everybody wanted the Phillies to get more starting pitching. I am one of the few that didn't think we needed to invest in starting pitching this year before fixing our offense, before fixing our bullpen. So maybe Ranger Suarez is going to go to the bullpen, Nooms. Maybe that's the move. Once Andrew Painter's up on the big club, maybe. I'm airing my grievance today, y'all. You're allowed to. Absolutely allowed to. And I know deep down inside what you're doing today, Rick. But I'm just telling you, you're okay. It's all right, Rick. Been there, done that. The aches and pains, just sleeping in cramps. Yeah, dude, I hurt myself just standing up from the seat every single morning. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's a good dude. You know, my older brother. You know, even though I would never tell him that to his face, he's a good dude. Phil alluded all week how they might drop this game. You new bloods might not realize is a thing. Yeah, it's a long season. Exactly. I love how Gardner yell, "What I even do?" What did he do? We still don't. My biggest grievance with the Chauncey Gardner thing isn't the fact that he got a personal foul call after being punched in the face. No, that's not even the biggest grievance to me. All right. The biggest grievance to me is the fact that the second personal foul that got him ejected, there's not one camera angle to show. And even the announcers, Greg Olson and what's his name, Joe Davis said, we don't have a clear enough camera angle to show you what happened. There's 300,000 cameras on the field. They literally get everything on camera. And yet you're not going to show me that? A load of hocus pocus bullshit right there. 2 refs were there on the helmet hit, and one called it, and the other just walked away. It's stupid. Just don't get punched in the face. Yeah, just don't. Mr. Bruce Bryce Harper, good morning to you. Hope you were well. Hope you had a great weekend. Winds must have been just weird yesterday, but I know in South Philly it was stupid windy. I did not step outside my house other than to walk my dogs yesterday. Well, walk one of my dogs. Y'all good, Bruce? Good morning to you. Life's great. Here, for Bruce, since he's finally in the chat, I'll turn the lights back on one more time. The flashing lights. It makes my eyes hurt, though, coming off the screen. Matty B is a fellow Army vet in representation of Army veterans everywhere. Yeah, exactly. I get that one right there. Phil, what quarter are you allowed to kick onside? You can kick it whenever you want, but you have to announce it now. Festivus rant. At least this gives the Birds a chance to rest out and not have to grind out games and fatigue. Absolutely agree. I can't see. My eyes are hurting from those lights flashing. The artist turns or something like that. I can't read all those letters. Thanks for your comment. But yeah, win next week against the Cowboys and then sit everybody of meaning the final week against the Giants. That's fine. Perfectly fine with that. Phil got a Santa outfit on. I got my Grinch shirt. My in-laws sent this to me. Gonna rock this all day at the pizza shop. The ref was pointing right at his own face, and then Chauncey after the punch. I don't know if it was gaslighting or if CJ was previously warned about something. We need to. Well, the refs gave their description of what happened there, and it was the dumbest thing in the world. I feel the hit on Hurts was dirty. Bruce, we've been talking about it for the last 55 minutes, 56 minutes. It was 100% dirty. Phillies having a lame offseason. Absolutely. The Phillies have fallen behind the Braves and the Mets. They were already behind the Dodgers. At best of the fourth team in the National League, and that doesn't count any of the NL Central teams. You're 52. Yeah, no. There's a lot of people in the chat that are older. The Eagles did the opposite of everything I said. What, they George Costanza? Was it opposite day? Was it George Costanza? Instead of tuna, give me chicken salad. Or whatever it is. Egg salad, whatever. The Dark 12 will come out and avenge Phil. Good name. That's right. Damn straight. I'm sure he'll say something on his show about me, but I won't listen, so whatever. I'm old like the river. I feel old. My brother might be 50 today, but I feel like I'm 60. I also feel Daniels is better than I thought. I don't think Daniels had a good game yesterday. I think he's overhyped. He's clearly the offensive rookie of the year, but he's not better than Jalen Hurts. There's a lot of people saying that he's better than Jalen Hurts after yesterday. That's a load of hocus pocus bullshit. And such an early bye always hurts. I don't know what CJ did on that second. How can you not have a camera angle of it? 3 billion cameras on the field. The number keeps growing. And not one picks it up? I mean, I bet you even Bill Belichick's illegal camera picked it up. Like, seriously. Makes no sense that there's no camera angle of whatever happened. That ref seemed to have a personal vendetta against CJ. Very unprofessional. And nothing will be happened about it. Nothing will happen about it. Thank you. My in-laws sent this to me. I love it. What do they think of me? Do they think I'm the Grinch or something like that by sending me this? Sometimes one or two of them might be watching the show in the background. You never know. You're not late. You are fashionably on time. No, you're never late. You showed up precisely the time you wanted to. Okay? That's what it is. When they have real-time refs in a room overruling bad calls on field, like UFL, we will know. Yeah. Absolutely. Birds might not win another game this year. Yeah. They're going to win next week against Dallas. Kenny Pickett is going to beat Dallas next week. Hear it right now. We don't even need to do the rest of the week's worth of shows. Hear it right now. This week's shows, by the way, obviously it's Christmas week. There'll be a Christmas Eve show tomorrow. We'll talk more Eagles, and we'll talk Christmas holiday and stuff like that, Christmas memories and stuff. No show, Christmas morning. Thursday, Deebs, Mr. Crockpot himself from Party on Broad will be joining me. And on Friday, my main man, Mark Moschitelli, the Italian Stallion, will be joining me for the show. So lots of fun this week. But this is the last week of shows. Next week, I'm on a cruise. So there'll be no live shows next week while I'm on a cruise. I'll post videos from the cruise ship, but there'll be pre-recorded shows and shorter shows. But just so you know, tomorrow's show's normal. No show Christmas morning. Thursday, Deebs, a.k.a. Mr. Crockpot, a.k.a. The Man. And Friday, Mark Moschitelli, a.k.a. Mark with a C, a.k.a. the Italian Stallion, joins me. So you're not going to want to miss this week here, guys. You incorrect, Phil. Everyone knows you're only allowed to kick onside in fourth quarter. What? Huh? You remember when everybody had afros. I've had an afro before, slightly. I am Fitty Deuce. Yeah. I feel worse than Fitty Deuce. Championship for any Philadelphia team would be a very long way away. I don't know about that. I mean, the full size, not the low cut. You see now, yeah. How do we only have 9 likes? We've had over 25 people in the YouTube room. Guys, this is Trending in the AM on the STT Sports Network. You need to hit the like button and you need to hit the subscribe button, please. And share it out if you don't mind. Please, please, please. There's a lot of people. Some names for the first time, some names that aren't regulars. Guys, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Guys, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers here. It's not going to happen by the end of the year like I like. We start the show at 313. I don't know where we are subscriber count right now, but guys, help a brother out. Hit that like button. Build the algorithm with me, and let's keep this show going, guys. STT Sports Network, setting the trends for what sports talk should be. Happy birthday to my brother. Yeah, thank you. I have an older brother, too, who will see him tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know when I'll see my brother next, but yeah, that's life getting in the way. It was fashionable to keep the picks in, and yeah, the nice picks. Talking about my older brother and, talking about the afros and whatnot. My brother back in the day, when he was a younger man, definitely went through a phase where I don't even know how to say this the polite way. Let's just say he dressed 315 subscribers, Mitchie Poo. Nice. So he gained 2 more today. Maybe 3, depending on who unsubscribed. There's a picture somewhere in my mom's house of my brother when he was 16, dressed, not how a typical white boy in a Catholic white town would dress. He had the overalls with the orange shirt, the flap of the overalls down, the flat top DJ Jazzy Jeff haircut. Like, my brother went through a phase for sure. 16 years old about, so that would have been like early 90s. Man, those calls were on TV timeouts. That's shady. Absolutely. Absolutely. My older brother is my hero. I don't know. I would never tell my brother if he's my hero or not. Me and my brother have a special bond, though. That flag they picked up on Kenny's slide, they leave. Absolutely. They wouldn't even have thrown the flag to begin with, though, Cam, if that was Jalen Hurts. At least he got the attempt of a flag. UFL ref system is seamless and talked no one to do. I'll have to look into that because I know you love your UFL talk, TMC, because I know who you are, even though you changed your name, hashtag Kelsey. I'll have to look into the ref system for the UFL. I don't know much about that. Everyone, I don't know. Hit like or we will never reach 369. Exactly. We're too closer to 369 for Mitchie Poo. I'm just going to watch movies all day instead of listening to these sports national medias that won't call out. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to work all day. My wife's getting her hair done for our vacation today, so I got to run the pizza shop solo today. Happy Festivus to you, Aaron. Love the channel. Thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And tell one, tell all. Tell a friend. Jose, you let me down. You said you were going to go out this weekend, or was that Joe? You said he was going to go out this weekend and find me subscribers. We didn't. Come on. You remember Philly when no one was sagging their pants and everyone had a pack of Reaper on them? Yeah. I'm sure my brother did too. We're as tight as NBA shorts back then. Did he listen to Naughty by Nature? Oh my God, yeah, he did. He definitely did. 100% listen to Naughty by Nature. Holy crap. We hit the 1 hour and 3 minute mark, and I'm caught up on comments, guys. This is the quickest I've ever caught up on comments in the history of this show. Crazy. I would tell friends about the show. I just don't have any. You and me both, Cam. I mean, I got 500 friends and family on Facebook, and I don't have 500 subscribers on this channel. Make that one make sense, Cam, because that's just insanity right there. Insanity. Almost 5,100 followers on Twitter, and I still can't get to 400 subscribers or 500 subscribers. It's insanity. But whatever, right? Whatever. Thank you very much. I will have a good day. I'm always going to have a good day. Going to work today and then come home and have a few hazy IPAs. What hazy IPA you got in the fridge, Rick? I love a good IPA. I'm a big IPA fan. It's my number one style of beer. I'm just learning a little bit about stouts over the last couple of years because before the last couple of years, I didn't even realize stouts were actually good because I thought only stouts tasted like Guinness, and no offense to Guinness, it's okay. But that's it. But I'm a huge IPA guy. Huge IPA guy. It really seems like you have to be over 30 or have an over 30-inch ass cheek width to be signed by the Sixers. Yeah. My grievance is that they killed off ECW wrestling and watching wrestling has never been the same. That's a fair grievance. It's a fair grievance. Old school ECW, absolutely. Yeah. Your friends and family don't like you as much as we do. No. Notice that there's no one in my friends and family that are part of the Core 12, right, Duck? Because they just don't get it. They just don't help a brother out. They just don't help me out, man. They just don't care. They don't like me. I'm the black sheep of the family anyway, Duck. Always have been. Nobody like me. Guinness tastes like a thick girl you keep tracking down the street. Oh, what the holy heck is happening here? That might be one of the comments of all comments right there. Hey, we have AEW now. AEW sucks. Ask him. I mean, they got some talented wrestlers there, but it sucks. I can't watch but 5 minutes of it without going crazy. What the hell did I do there? Why would you not tell your brother how you feel? That's I'm not one to speak my emotions. Another subscriber. We're up to 316. Look at that. Come on. Guys, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Dude, it should be easy to get to 500 subscribers. It really should. With the amount of people that watch this show on a weekly basis, it should be easy. Easy to get to 500 subscribers. For some reason, it's not. Yeah. I don't know where Duck came up with that comment, but man, that was something right there. That was definitely something right there, that comment. All right, let's recap. Let's bring this back full circle here. So we've been talking Festivus and airing our grievances. Obviously, the Eagles lose 36-33, but did they lose Jalen Hurts, and for how long is Jalen Hurts going to be down? Kenny Pickett again down as well. Maybe we even see Tanner McKee on Sunday, which I don't want to see because Tanner McKee sucks. We're airing our grievances. The Sixers completely just suck. Joel Embiid plays the easy game against the Hornets, sits the tough game against the Cavaliers. Paul George sucks. Jarrett McCain, little nugget dropped. He did a live TikTok video or something like that. And he kind of dropped on it that he might not play again the rest of this year, that he might be out for the rest of the year, even though the Sixers haven't told us that. But why would the Sixers tell us that? Because the biggest problem with the Sixers is the people that run the Sixers. We haven't once mentioned today how annoying it is that our Sixers owner whooped our ass in Washington yesterday, Josh Harris. Out of all the people in Philadelphia sports, I don't know who I dislike more and distrust more than Josh Harris. You can't own the Washington Commanders and the Sixers. The Phillies made a trade. I don't even know what the Flyers did. Didn't the Flyers lose, get 7 goals this weekend at one point? I don't know. That's all the things we're talking about, guys. We got about 20 minutes left in the show here, so keep the comments coming. Eagles were on a mission to blow out the Commanders 14 points before Jalen got concussed. Yeah. Everything changes. And Jose, nobody can name a team that everything wouldn't change. And we got 22 people watching on YouTube right now. That means there should be 22 likes on this video and maybe another couple subscribers. So please hit that like button and subscribe. Name me a team in the NFL that's going to be in the playoffs that their starting quarterback goes down in a football game and they don't have problems. Seriously. Need a hug. Go ahead. Tell him how he is the 49ers fan and he has beautiful hair, according to you. Treehouse Brewing puts out best A's. Treehouse Brewing. I'm going to write it down. Treehouse Brewing. Never heard of Treehouse Brewing. I'm a big fan of locally. The one that I'm a big fan of lately is I just went right over my head. Workhorse up in King of Prussia. Big fan of their IPAs right now. My favorite IPA, Rick, doesn't exist anymore. It was from Boxcar Brewing when they went out of business. It broke my heart out of Westchester. They had a phenomenal IPA. They also had a mango ginger beer that was amazing. Boxcar Brewing, I've never found a brewery, a local small brewery that's matched what I got experience and taste-wise from them since they went out of business. Guinness has too much flavor. I used to drink it to get a buzz. It just tastes meh to me. And I always thought that was supposed to be the best stout, so I never tried stouts. Then I went to Two Stones and had their Russian stout, and I'm like, oh, this is delicious. I didn't know stouts can actually taste good. But now I'm a stout guy, but I'm learning it still. Eagles will be fine. Phillies are just cruising with what they got. Sixers, let's not talk about that crap show. Flyers are still looking a goalie. Union sucked last season and will continue. Yeah, I mean, it sums up Philly sports. It does. The Phillies are where I wanted the Sixers to be, actually, Duck. The Phillies are in a pause year right now because they got a bunch of young guys like Painter and Miller and Crawford that they won't trade. That'll be ready next year. They got over $100 million coming off the books next year. The Phillies are just sitting there underneath that last tax apron, and they don't want to spend the money or any more money to compete. So the Phillies are in what I wanted the Sixers to do, which was pause. I didn't want Paul George. I wanted them to pause and just wait. But here we are with everything. Coms fans chest pounding his layers. Yeah, my boys over at Ref the District out there calling us out nonstop. I share out some of their posts, and they're worried, getting all upset that Eagles fans are jumping in their mentions. Well, don't call me out if you don't want me to call you out back. Commanders fans think that they won the Super Bowl yesterday, and yesterday might have been their Super Bowl because we damn well know the Commanders ain't winning the Super Bowl this year. They ain't even going to win a playoff game. Playoffs? Nah, not at all. They got to have the refs help them win. They got to cheat and knock out a quarterback to win and still barely win. Then you should drink scotch. It's warm like the girl you bring home to the rents and can still work the bed. Oh, my goodness gracious. Your comments are fire today, for sure. I hate the taste of beer. Good beer tastes great. The NFL put a bounty on Hurts for wearing different colors. Yeah, that's probably what it was. The NFL promoted him wearing 2 different color cleats and then took their post down and then fined him for that. The biggest load of hocus pocus BS. Everybody's against Jalen Hurts, even Philadelphia fans to an extent. Anyone that gets PG, they get worse. It's odd. It is. It ain't 2015 anymore, Paul George. When Jordan Brands paid the fine and made them look bad. Yeah, absolutely. DC people jumping in. Thanks for helping my algorithm out. I appreciate it. Appreciate you helping the algo out. You got lucky. Basically, y'all are ass. Jaden Daniels sucks. Stop. Those are allowed to have 2 impact rookies carry them back. Yeah. I hate beer, but love Guinness. I love beer and I hate Guinness. Go figure, Cam. And look how cute. A Coms fan, yeah. If they Commodores. Commanders fans think they're going to a Super Bowl after beating the Eagles minus their starting quarterback, minus their MVP quarterback, with one of their top defenders getting ejected for literally nothing news. It's comical. It is. It's comical. Makes no sense. I don't know. You can't help stupid. You just can't help stupid, you know? It is what it is. You know? Oh, man. I don't even know what to say anymore. You know, I love it when other fans jump in the comments. I do. I really do. Yeah, 250 passing yards. Cool. Hey, actually, you know what? You bring up a really good point here, honestly, DC. You said he sucks. Whatever about the passing yards. Whatever about the touchdown pass. But what was up with the Eagles' defense, guys? Giving up that 30-yard run to Jaden Daniels. It was 4th and 11 or 4th and 12. You have a chance to ice the game. We've talked about all the opportunities the Eagles had to ice that game, despite everything. And then they have a 4th and 11. And Jaden Daniels rushes for 30 yards right down the middle of the defense. Tristan McCollum made a big mistake. Actually made 2 mistakes. He missed the tackle, and then he bumped into somebody else that caused that person to miss a tackle. Again, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's out there. Maybe that doesn't happen. It's beside the point. How do you give up a 30-yard run to the quarterback on 4th and 11? It's insanity. Pure insanity. I quit drinking years ago. Sorry. Well, good for you that you quit. That's good. You know, and I hope you if it's something like that and you keep your sobriety, it's more power to you, my man. To pay refs on, yeah, exactly. Awesome pass to Blankenship. Yeah, that throw was a phenomenal throw. Like I tell people, I woke up in first place, and I went to bed in first place. We went from 10% shot to first seat to 0. I don't think we're 0% on the first seat. I think we still have a chance at it. Bro, I like your text, but we have to be honest. The defense were dog. Absolutely. The Eagles defense played like horse crap yesterday. 100%. Despite all the problems. The number one things were our defense played bad yesterday. They gave up more points in the fourth quarter alone than they have in every game combined since week 9. It's bad. 3 defenders. Look, it was that first down run was atrocious tackling, atrocious defense. Vic Fangio ain't going to be happy with them. You made the change that you needed to survive. Absolutely. I respect it so much. Lattimore out 4 to 6 weeks. Did they just break that news? It's a shame. Zacchaeus, Olamide Zacchaeus did more in one game than Dotson did all year. It's one of those things. It happens. Mitch, this is a spot on tweet or comment right here. Darius Slay played out of his mind yesterday. Played really, really good yesterday. Really good. Made tackles even. And big hits. He did get banged up and, dinged up a few times again, as he always does. But 100%, Darius Slay played out of his mind for most of the game yesterday. You got to considering he's the second oldest starting cornerback in football right now, crazy good game. You can't have that many 3-and-outs on the offense offside and not have a dog-tired defense. We actually won the time of possession in the game. You'd be surprised at that, honestly. I know what I meant was our defense was dog-tired. My fault. I got you. I understood what you're saying. I agreed with you. Our defense did not play good, but our offense did not move the ball consistently enough. A lot of factors played into it. I think them being on the field so long killed the defense. The defense was exhausted, for sure. I still just don't understand how you can be that good of a defense all year long, and then the fourth quarter of the game just fall apart like that. Got to dig deep, but you're missing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You're missing Jordan Davis. Yeah, it is what it is. Missed Josh Sweat for a big chunk of the game. Slay was better than all the safeties. He's getting playoff and contract ready. He is getting contract ready. He's not ready to be done just yet. Thanks for the draft pick that got us Cooper DeJean. Yeah, exactly. Washington basically gave us Cooper DeJean. Good for them. But whatever. It is what it is. Darius Slay, though, definitely played well yesterday. Nakobe Dean outplayed Zach Bond yesterday. That's something that can be addressed as well. Nolan Smith, early in the game, had a great game, had the big sack, but played well for the majority of the game. Jelix Hunt won't get any credit for his game. Jelix Hunt played pretty solidly. I saw him around the ball a lot. Not always getting the credit for the tackle, but making plays, filling in lanes and stuff like that. He's not going to get credit for what he did. Honestly, the defense got beat because Zach Bond had one of his weaker games. And Quinyon Mitchell hasn't given up a touchdown all year. He gives up a first touchdown. I don't even know what he was doing on that touchdown pass. Things just went bad yesterday. And it all started to go bad once Jalen Hurts. That's how much of a leader Jalen Hurts is. Jalen Hurts coming out of the game with a concussion even affected the defense. I forgot all about this, Cam. The 12 men on the field was exactly one of the touchdowns was a defensive blunder on I hate the 12 men on the field. First off, can I say that it should be a rule if the player's running off the field, just let him run off the field. Kind of feel like that's a stupid penalty. That penalty is when the shot clock in basketball expires, but you grab the rebound and they don't let you get the breakaway. He was trying to get off the field. He was one step away from being off the field. It should be a judgment call. If anything, I know the flag was picked up because of the touchdown being scored on it, but it's one of those fouls or penalties. It just really annoys me. Fans can't even talk shit right. I know. I love it. I think of this game as a thank you card. Oh, is that what we gave him a little thank you? Gotcha. Jalen Hurts is no quitter. Damn straight he isn't. Dean and Nolan Smith looked good yesterday. Bond just missed a few plays, but Becton had his worst game. The offensive line as a whole didn't play well. They couldn't run block. They couldn't pass block. Kenny Pickett was getting smoked back there. Being a Commanders fan is so lame. I'd rather watch senior citizens race at the pen relays. I love it. I love it. We care about player safety, but not when they are in full sprint to get off the field. Could pull a hammy. I love it. Yeah. Look, I really wish that we would get some way to get an answer from the NFL officiating and the NFL and the commissioner about the way the game was called yesterday. They won't say anything publicly. Hell, they'll probably give bonuses to all those referees. But, the integrity of the game suffers on games like yesterday. Loki having Ryan Burks on the field cost the Birds on that 4th and floor when Dean had to come out. Yeah. Burks, filled in a few plays yesterday. He had some good plays. He obviously had the bad play on 4th down there. He hasn't played a lot this year, but it is what it is. I think Burke at one point was supposed to be the starter on defense. Then Zach Bond earned that role in training camp. It's so wild. Refs could do anything and really nothing happens to them. They claim to have a grading system on the refs. They claim to have, accountability on them. But it's not just the Eagles. Washington has cause to complain about the reffing yesterday. I bet you every team in the NFL yesterday has room to complain about the refereeing. Every baseball game, every basketball game, maybe every hockey game has cause to concern about the officiating. The officiating is just bad in sports right now. It's an epidemic, honestly, how bad it's gotten. And honestly, to an extent, I said this before, Cam, on this show in the past, maybe it's always been bad officiating in sports. But in this day and age with the all 22 films, social media replays, and everything, it becomes a bigger deal because we're talking about it more. And it's more instant reactionary. So maybe it always has been. What I find funny is that there are tons of coaches and commentators saying the officiating has been better this season than the last 2 seasons. That's a load of BS. KC actually has room to complain about the. I don't know if 2 weeks ago, there was a graphic put out about the least penalized team's opponents, and the Eagles' opponents are the least penalized in the NFL. Kansas City's right down there as well. Kansas City's opponents get penalized very little compared to the rest of the league. The problem is the Kansas City penalties come in really weird ways and big crucial moments, and the refs help them along at those crucial moments. But big picture, their opponents don't get called for many penalties, honestly. You'd be surprised. Josh Harris is such a scumbag cheater paying off refs. I question all the Sixers' success since he's been the owner. Look, Josh Harris is like, if I'm airing my grievances, I want to have the feats of strength. If you know your Festivus rules, the holiday doesn't end till the feats of strength, till somebody pins somebody. I want to get in a wrestling ring. You guys wanted me to get into a boxing celebrity match with Matty B. I want to get in a wrestling ring with Josh Harris. I'm going to frog splash him through a table. I'm going to put him through a 3D through a table. Because Josh Harris should be forced to sell the Sixers. The Sixers will win nothing with Josh Harris and Daryl Morey in charge of them. There are actually Cubs fans out there thinking the refs gifted the Birds an entire drive. I know, because Marshawn Lattimore was literally yanking on the arm and jersey of A.J. Brown, but that's not a personal foul. No, not at all. The officiating decline could correlate it with the increase in online betting. It could. Like I said, we said it a week or two ago. Donahue, that whole scenario with basketball, he flat out admitted in the documentary, it's going on, and nothing's been done. We see players suspended constantly for gambling, not even on their own sport. Have we ever seen one ref or official since Donahue get in trouble for gambling on sports? Have we seen one referee illegally make a bet on an app? No. You can't tell me that they're not. Like, the refs are, there's less refs than there are players, so maybe the percentages are off there, but, there's got to be refs that are gambling. Has to be. 1,000% believe the refs are gambling and not getting officiated for it. If you mean they actually called an actual penalty, how dare they do their jobs? I know, exactly. They missed the most important one, the personal foul, but, whatever. Did it seem like that one A.J. Brown end zone play was targeting? You know what? That's a great point to bring up, and we're getting close to the end. I mean, I tweeted about how he got blown up, and I was making me think about the touchdown pass a few weeks ago that went to Devontae Smith instead of him, so he didn't get blown up. Kenny Pickett throws that ball. He gets destroyed. Shocked that he didn't get concussed on that play. I haven't seen a replay to know whether it was targeting, but when I commented about it on Twitter, a whole bunch of people commented under the tweet that it was targeting. So, yeah, maybe. I mean, he got blown up on that play. And he went down, he was on his back, and his legs were up in the air for a second. I was like, shit, here we go. They were headhunting all day. Washington was. Washington was trying to get their revenge for the body bag game from like 30 years ago. They're finally trying to get their body bag game revenge. It just drives me nuts, guys. Anyway, it's almost time. It's 5 minutes left. It's time to get the wrap-up process started here. So, let's say tomorrow we'll be back to more Eagles talk. Maybe, I doubt it, maybe we'll have some more information on Jalen Hurts and whatnot. Okay, I'm going to give you a little insider juice. Do you know how Rodgers and other players got caught online betting? They were on the team's Wi-Fi, which is constantly being monitored. Yeah, there's a lot of things. That I know about the Wi-Fi thing. But there's other things that are monitored as well. But you're telling me that refs can't be monitored in some ways? I don't even think they're allowed to have apps, on their phone. But it's happening. How's the NFL condone the dirty play of the Commanders, putting these young athletes' careers in jeopardy? Concussion destroyed. I said it like 3 times already this show, that the hit was very eerily similar to the one Jadeveon Clowney laid on Carson Wentz. Here we go, another Washington Commanders fan. I got a whole bunch of, good luck, in the playoffs. Yeah, your team got lucky, basically. I didn't know Rodgers was an idiot. We're talking about Isaiah Rodgers. Isaiah Rodgers was basically just an idiot. It's so funny? Like the players, obviously the refs get away with it by telling somebody else to do it. How come players can't do that? I'm sorry, I'm sidetracked by the champ, King Royalty, tissue paper feelings. We feel great today. As Eagles fans, you think we're crying? We're actually happy. We know we got this. We got proof that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East without a shadow of a doubt. We're 99% of Eagles fans are good right now. We're actually probably mentally in a better spot than your Commanders fans. So all good. That's like, 3 Commanders fans out today? I love it. Nothing but love, champ. I love it when other teams' fans come into the chat. We like to have a little fun. No harm, no foul. Because the NFL decided Daniels is the new life. Yeah, Daniels is the new poster child. This is the Band-Aid, yeah. All these people saying Eagles fans are pissed off. I could care less. I slept great last night. I know this Eagles team is good. This Eagles team is going to roll come playoff time. I love it. I think it's hilarious. But anyway, guys, you're watching Trending the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. Here for the wrap-up. We'll put the Christmas lights back on the shirt. Even the commie fans, please hit that like button and subscribe so you come back and find me when we hit you guys up in the playoffs in a couple of weeks. When we smoke you in the playoffs. I wonder if the commie fans will be showing up then. Reminds me of when the Eagles thought they could compete with the 92 Cowboys. Yeah. We're 2 catches from being 14-1. Basically. 2 drop passes from 14-1. Basically. Guys, so please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Trending in the AM on the STT Sports Network, setting the trends for what sports talk should be. We'll be back tomorrow. Christmas Eve spectacular. Talking all things holidays and sports and the Eagles. We'll see what else we talk about. Cut it out, my guy. A.J. Brown is TO 2.0. Crying. Oh, stop. Bring up pointless shit. Philly steaks taste better. Whatever. You can make up crybaby comments like that, or we can have real conversations, but the show's over anyway, so you're too late anyway. This for the show, first time catching. Hey, I appreciate it. We do it every day, 5 days a week, except for Christmas Day. and next week when I'm on vacation. But that's another point. Guys, please hit that subscribe button. The race to 500 subscribers is on. Might not happen by the end of the year, but we'll get there soon, guys. So we got to end it. I got to get to work, guys. Everybody have a fantastic Festivus. Happy birthday to Big Brother. Hope you have a great day today. Sorry I missed your birthday party the other day. One and done in the playoffs. Washington is going to be one and done in the playoffs. But I really do got to end it, guys, right there. So everybody have a great day. Happy Festivus. Happy birthday, Big Brother. And, guys, go Birds and bubbles up.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop,